Okay, let's talk about the bandwidth, practical bandwidth of FM signal. We saw the bandwidth of NBFM is same as the bandwidth of AM, that is 2 FM. But for the bandwidth of WBFM, it goes to infinity. We have saw in the positive frequency range, we have a carrier term, we have upper sidebands, infinite upper sideband and infinite lower sidebands. So that is why our WBFM has infinite bandwidth. But practically you can have bandwidth of FM, which was given by Carson's rule, and we will see what. But now here I want to mention some point. Actual bandwidth of WBFM is infinite, so that before transmission it should be band limited by using band limiting process. To band limit the WBFM signal, all of its lower order significant sidebands should be retained and higher order insignificant sideband should be eliminated. So what we will do, instead of taking infinite, we will retain the lower order sidebands along with carrier, and we will reject or eliminate the insignificant sidebands. Now how we gonna decide till which frequency it is significant sideband and till which it becomes insignificant? That we will see next. So to understand Carson's rule, we have three cases here. So let's say first case, assume your FM has significant sidebands up to first order. So after band limiting, what you will get in the spectrum is the one USB and one LSB with a carrier, since one order first order. So bandwidth will be 2 FM, from FC plus FM, FC minus FM to FC plus FM, that is 2 FM, which I have written 1 into 2 FM. Now next case, if you will see, assume FM has significant sidebands up to second order. So after band limiting, bandwidth will be 2 into 2 FM, which is FC minus this is FC minus from FC minus 2 FM to FC plus 2 FM. You have bandwidth will be 4 FM, which I have written 2 into 2 FM. Okay, this is FM, this is also FM. So now third case, if you will take, assume FM has significant sidebands up to third order, then after band limiting, this will be the spectrum. So I have written 3 into 2 FM, which means since the bandwidth is 6 FM. Okay, so likewise you can generalize, and this is what Carson did. Carson's rule said that you will assume significant sidebands up to beta plus 1 order, then your bandwidth will be beta plus 1 into 2 FM. Okay, since you can see third order 3, second order 2, first order 1, so beta plus 1 order, beta plus 1 into 2 FM. Okay, so this is the practical bandwidth of the WBFM signal. Okay, and this is used in numericals and everywhere. So now we will see different forms of this relation. So now let's see the different forms of this bandwidth expression given by Carson's rule, which is practical bandwidth of WBFM. So bandwidth can be written as beta plus 1 into 2 FM. This can be written as beta plus 1 into 2 Fmax if multitone is in case of multitone, or you can write beta plus 1 into 2W as well. Okay, W, these all are same. Okay, so now if you can also replace the value of beta with del F upon Fm, and then you will get bandwidth is equal to del F upon Fm plus 1 into 2 FM. If you will multiply here and take out, you will get bandwidth is equal to 2 del F plus Fm, or 2 del F plus W, or 2 del F plus Fmax. So these are the expressions used by in case of WBFM for bandwidth calculation, and these are the expressions usually used in the numericals as well. But if you will have the NBFM, the bandwidth will be 2 FM. So WBFM bandwidth is generally greater than AM bandwidth, and NBFM bandwidth is equal to AM bandwidth, and this case is usually preferred. Okay, WBFM case. Now you can note that since the bandwidth of WBFM is greater than AM. So when you want to save channel bandwidth, you prefer AM, but when you want to save transmitted power, you prefer FM, because transmitted power of FM is same as carrier power, AC square divided by 2R. So you can see there is a trade-off. So in terms of bandwidth and power, transmitted power or total power. Okay, so yeah.